Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 74 of the Voice of Punk. I'm your host, the JF Punk. Excuse the wet hair. I just came out of the shower. So today I want to talk. Today I'm going to share my thoughts on the Batman versus Superman trailer. The reason why I want to share my thoughts on this is because I'm a huge DC fan. I already made a video of it saying that I like DC more than Marvel, which is true. See, I have the Joker in the background. So when I heard that DC was doing their own version of like how Marvel is doing their shared cinematic universe, which is very cool. Now that DC has announced that they're doing their own, even though I'm a big fan of theirs, I was a little put off, if that makes any sense. The reason why is because I just felt that it screams that they're just trying to do what Marvel is doing, and I really just wanted DC just to do their own thing. And in my personal opinion, if they wanted to do a shared universe, they should continue doing that for their animated films. Their recent ones came out. The Justice League War and the Justice League Throne of Atlantis. They are continuations of each other. Same thing with Son of Batman and Batman versus Robin. So I felt if they wanted to do that, they should just do that with their animated films, because I think that would, like, just me personally, I'm a big fan of their animated films. So, but that's my opinion, and I really have low standards. Really, like I hate to say it, but I'm not looking forward to their shared universe yet, because they started out with the Man of Steel as their first film in their whole shared universe, and I personally think that wasn't a good film to start off on, because I know a lot of people like the film, but I just thought it was boring. I just thought it it just didn't appeal to me. And I guess at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of Superman. I'm a diehard Batman fan. So I guess maybe that would probably make me biased, I guess. But I did not enjoy the film. Let's say that. So with this new film coming out, Batman versus Superman, and with the trailer coming out 2-3 weeks ago, I watched it first, and I watched it again just a few minutes before, and just judging from this trailer, I personally feel that they should have started their shared universe with this movie. So I think this would have been, if they started off their shared universe with Batman versus Superman, that would actually make them different from Marvel. Because Marvel started with Iron Man, and it's like, oh, it's only one, but it turns out there's a whole bunch. I thought it would have been really cool if they started off with Batman versus Superman, and because everyone already knows, even the casual viewer already knows their origin. So I personally felt that retelling Superman's origin just wasn't worth it. So starting off with this movie, I think would have been a lot more better. Now, my thoughts on the trailer. On the Batman vs. Superman trailer, I'm half and half. I wanted to see this film made so long already. So long already. I kind of got my fix from the DC animated film, The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, which is also based on the comic book series by Frank Miller. And it looks like that this movie is there's a lot of I don't know if there's like there's a lot of influence from that storyline that Dark Knight Returns in this movie. I'm actually wondering if if the whole movie is actually inspired by that one storyline. If it is, that would be very cool. So you have I can't remember the actor who plays Superman, but the parts that I liked about the trailer was actually the Batman parts. Like, I know a lot of people, there was a huge backlash when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. But from this trailer, I'm actually kind of excited to see him as Batman. He's playing that Batman who's been away for 20 years, I think they said in the trailer, 20 or 10 years. And the way he, it's kind of sad to say that he actually looks cool in the Batsuit, but that's only part because we can see like his mouth. But he has like this presence of an old Bruce Wayne, and I personally thought that from the trailer they really portrayed Bruce Wayne's mindset that it was in The Dark Knight Returns, and his whole thought on Superman and all that stuff. Just from the trailer, I thought that was very well done. One thing that I kind of laughed at was they still had Alfred in there, and when I first saw Alfred, I thought it was James Gordon. The glasses, the mustache, stuff like that. I personally thought he was James Gordon. No, after I saw it turns out it was Alfred, so that kind of made me laugh how Alfred is still around after all these years. It's funny, I laugh about it here, but I don't laugh about it in The Dark Knight Returns, because that one is cool. But, whatever, I love Alfred. And then, like, where they're showing, like, of course they show Batman's past, parents getting killed. I wish it didn't really show that, because everyone knows that. But one thing I love what they did was they showed the trashed Batcave with, Batman's, of course, harvesting the Joker, having him scribble a bunch of words on Batman's, Batman's bat suit, and then on the Robin suit and all that stuff. So that was, that was very cool. You could see Wonder Woman in there. I thought that was cool. So those are really the only parts I liked, was the Batman parts and the Wonder Woman parts. Parts I didn't like about the trailer was them showing Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Now I know the jokes that came out of it when he was cast. Originally, when I saw he was cast, I wasn't mad. I wasn't like, oh my god, how could they do this? I was actually intrigued. But then I saw the trailer. Yeah. I get what they're doing with the hair, because in the original comics, he had orange hair. I get that. He had orange hair. Then I believe he was, when he found kryptonite or some kind of radiation, it made him go bald. So I get what they're doing with the hair. But the way that Jesse Eisenberg was playing it, he was so over the top. He was so like a cackling villain, He was, when I saw him portray Lex in the trailer, I didn't get a Lex vibe. I got a Riddler vibe. Like, I saw the Riddler in Jesse Eisenberg. Just with the hair, with the clothes, the way he was talking, it all seemed like the Riddler. It didn't seem like Lex Luthor at all. Which is a shame, because Lex Luthor's character is my favorite in these Superman storylines. I love Lex Luthor. And I always saw him as this calm, collected politician badass. You know, he was that guy. He can break somebody down just by talking to them. And I didn't get that. I didn't get that. Have Jace. Oh my god, my stuttering is all over the place in this video. I apologize. But you know, I didn't get that with this Lex. With this Lex, like I said, I got the Riddler vibe, and just the ending where he's saying the red capes are coming, the red capes are coming. You know, totally the Riddler. So I'm not looking forward to him portraying Lex. That was one thing I didn't like, and another thing I didn't like was the religious stuff. You know, how people see Superman as Jesus almost, which I understand. He is pretty much a god. You can never, you can't beat him. But I just felt it was very over the top. The whole, you know, the Batman and like the Batman parts is very gritty, very down to earth. It felt like Batman. The Superman stuff was just way over the top for me. So with this movie coming out, I don't know if I'm actually going to see it in theaters. I'm most likely going to, but from this trailer, it didn't really get me that excited. You know, the Batman stuff was fine, but everything else just seemed too over the top. Seemed too, like, you know, Lex Luthor looked like he didn't really fit the film. Everything else was like, you know, like I said, you know, with Superman being over the top, but what I mean by that is how he's viewed as like God. That was over the top, but the way they were portraying the character himself seemed very gritty. Same thing with Batman, same thing with Wonder Woman. With Lex Luthor, he seemed so out of place. He seemed very cartoony, you know, very over the top. So, I know a lot of people are excited for it. I'm probably going to see it, but this trailer didn't really get my hopes up. So that's it for this video. I love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear everyone's thoughts on this trailer, and tell me if you're excited for the film, if you're not, and what you like and what you didn't like. I would love to know. I'll see you guys later in the next video. Bye, guys.